Hi folks, hopefully this is a quick video. It's a last call video. You guys know I pulled the engine transmission out of the Kawasaki Mule. The Kawasaki Mule, one of the shocks up on front, I see a date code of 87. So I don't know. This is probably like a 1988 KAF450. And I'm calling it the last call because one of my subscribers said they were after this engine. You know, I've tried to get in touch with them a few times and they haven't gotten back with me. The story on this engine is it was crashed, right? This thing has a radiator in it normally. Currently it doesn't, but it normally has a radiator. The radiator was compromised, not necessarily by the crash. It looks like somebody slipped a bar in and compromised the radiator. But anyway, the radiator was compromised. I did get it sparking. I sprayed some starting fluid in there and it popped and chugged. And when it did that, I heard some, there's a torque converter between the engine and transmission here. I heard some like clacky sounds, not uncommon for a torque converter, not uncommon for an engine with a lot of miles on it, or a torque converter with a lot of miles on it. Didn't sound like an engine problem, sounded like a torque converter problem, to be quite honest. One could see it's all there. This is forward and reverse. This is some kind of limited slip thing. I guess you can slide a lock in. I guess it's a differential lock. I mean, oil pressure, oil filter. So I'm calling this the last call. If the person who told me they wanted it wants it, we got to make arrangements to get this out of here. This cannot stay here. It's got to go. If nobody is into it for, you know, I mean, give me something for it, because it's worth something to me. Personally, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull all the nuts and bolts. There's a million of them. I'm going to pull the carbs, the wiring. By the way, this is golf cart wiring. This isn't the wiring that belongs. It looks like a golf cart that caught fire, as a matter of fact. I'm going to basically part it out. I'm going to get a ton of nuts and bolts and junk like that off of it. But if somebody wants it intact, right, get to me yesterday. I can't have this sitting here. I literally am, where I live, it's the middle of September. We have had snow the beginning of October here. It snows, it melts right off, but like, I want it gone before then. It has to be gone before the snow falls. Actually, I want it gone like soon. So if somebody wants it, contact me, make me an offer. You could trade me something, especially if it says Honda on it, if it's a mini bike that I can do something with, throw an engine on. You know, I'm pretty open to what you could offer me for it. If you actually need a Kawasaki, you know, 450, KAF450 or whatever, it's halfway decent. One could, the engine ends like here. So you can take the engine off of this thing, put a plate here. There's oil in the rear end. You would have to make sure there's oil throughout, right? You don't want anything to run dry. And then you got forward and reverse. You got a locker. You got independent suspension, right? You can do something with that. I may or may not take this piece of the cradle off here. Depends. I'm figuring out how I'm fabricating the back of it up, so I'm trying to figure out what makes the most sense. My lean is to kind of steal this piece off of it, because why refabricate it if it already exists? I'm going to keep the muffler. I'm not sure which thing I'm putting it on, but I'm keeping that. But what you see here, you don't get the tires because I want to keep the front wheels for that. I want to keep the wheels put on the front of this thing. So, get back to me. Somebody named Matt is first in line, but whoever wants to get second in line and third in line, and we can even go up to fourth and fifth in line, because what I'm going to ask is how far you live and how quick you could get to me. If you could get to me very, very quickly, you'll be second in line. If you want me to ship it across country, sorry about that. I'm going to take the nut and bolts out of it. I'm not shipping it. You got to come and get it. So there's that. Okay, I guess this is all I wanted to talk about. Folks, I really want to thank you guys for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and please, please get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now, folks.